Big question.
Don't know what to say, but words won't heal it anyway. Remembering's easier while the feeling stays, but soon that too will fade away into pages. Pages and into pages, pages and into pages, pages and
Before the fire, what is home?
During the fire. What is fire?
After the fire, what is community?
Now, what is safety?
You feel comfortable?
We don't want their deaths to have been in vain. We want their deaths to mean something to people in authority. There's still anger. We can't do anything to return the loved ones the bereaved families have lost. The only thing we can do is to make sure that nothing like this ever happens again.
He died in the Grenfell Tower fire alongside his wife and two of their daughters. One daughter, 5 at the time, survived. He worked in a restaurant and then as a delivery man for a pizza company. He married his wife in Morocco. His father-in-law said that he was the best man ever. He worked as
20 years. They lived together.
worked in a restaurant and then as
On the side of each other.
he married his wife in his
Nothing.
She
always
knew.
Nothing more was
too young.
known
his wife and two
about her
of
life.
their he married his wife in Morocco his father-in-law said that he was he said that he was he was the that was the
Before the fire, how many people lived in the tower?
During the fire, how long did it last?
After the fire, how many suffered mentally and physically?
Now, how many people still don't have homes? Grief. Sometimes 1,000 stiletto screams. This time, it's an empty frame. Scorched, hollow, and unrecognisable. Spoken words on TV screens, but never to be turned into justice or realised. Pain, like looking into the sun, like you can't see it straight on. It's always out of the corner of your eye. And it's solid and sacred will evaporate and turn into burning air. Do not approach so suffering! It isn't a gift! Our anger is immaterial. Before the fire, can accidents be avoided?
During the fire, did the fire disrupt your day?
After the fire, how long did it take you to forget?
Now, how honest are you being with yourself?
With your permission, Mr. Speaker, I would like to make a statement on the Grenfell Tower fire. What happened in the early hours of last Wednesday morning was one of the most unimaginable tragedies that our country has ever had to face. With 79 confirmed dead or listed as missing, presumed dead, and with the search still on to recover more bodies, it is quite sure that that number will rise. It's just the truth. We have made payments of £700,000 to those affected by the disaster. It is essential, Mr. Speaker, the recipients understand that they can keep all of the money that we give them. This is not a loan, and they won't be expected to pay back a single penny.
Before the fire, how many times were we warned?
During the fire, how many people watched?
After the fire, did this happen to us or to them?
Now, how should we remember?
Around 1,000 people have been screened for post-traumatic stress disorder, and several hundred have been treated. Children at 7 state schools were directly affected by the death of pupils and staff. And 10 more schools were significantly affected. The council now employs 10 specialist educational psychologists to help.
We all have lapses in memory.
outside of the building. Failed all preliminary tests by the police.
Social violence usually occurs out of the public view. £2 cladding per square metre. That's how much more it costs to have safe cladding. But the impoverished are merely the livestock of the
And
world.
installation on the outside of the building. Failed all preliminary tests
Corporate
by the
entities
police.
had an application for
The cladding.
Children have
Installation on the outside of the building.
directly affected by the death
Failed all preliminary tests
and
by the
several
police.
hundreds
Humans have intentionally modified weather for military purposes and climate control for decades. So how do we know all this freak weather is caused by that? Governments are manipulating the weather with lasers. You have been fed mindless tripe to the point that most people can't even understand what I'm saying right now. Dealing with the solar winds and also magnetic effects of the Earth in relationship to moon cycles. They're back on the news. Giant polar bears can't swim. Under U.S. Code Title 50, Chapter 32, subsection 1528, paragraph B, why the sun seems to be dimming. Man-made interest. There's more interaction with polar bears and grizzlies as well. There's been a lot of grizzly kills because the polar bears are about twice as more powerful. Rip their heads off. The whole thing about claiming it's the carbon we put out. The Earth is carbon starved. There's a carbon cycle. That's the next point we get to. The globalists want to tax. If they can tax oxygen, carbon dioxide, water, or sunlight, they have total control over the whole life cycle of the planet. There are reports 400 years ago in British fleet journals, in historical books I read about snow in the summer in the Caribbean. The government's answer is, oh, this is global warming causing the coldest temperatures in 1,000 years. Because if it's toxic, they've got to surveil it because they have jurisdiction to control our lives. And, tornadoes are way down. Of course, they lie and say they're way up to try to get carbon taxes. A lot of the so-called Doppler towers are really weather control towers. It's for the Earth and global warming satellites. It's all lies. The U.S. has a giant weather weapon hidden in front of everybody in every town and city. I don't know if this is a weather weapon or not, but if there's weather wars between different governments, they can, with the right weather conditions, they can create. The shepherd staff of the